How are you guys doing? Well, today we're going to talk about the Rolex waiting list. The Rolex waiting list is not my thing. In my opinion, the Rolex waiting list is keeping you on the string as a consumer. You go into the authorized dealers to buy a Rolex watch, they don't have it, then they want to put you on a waiting list. They're just keeping you on the string. And they're leading you on to buy what you don't want. Then you start to think, well, if I buy some jewelry or I buy some watches I don't want or buy this, buy that, that they'll appreciate me and want to sell me a Rolex Steel Sports. And some people fall right into that trap. So they're leading you on to buy what you don't want. And who likes to buy what they don't want? I don't. And they're baiting you with no guarantee. When they're putting you on that Rolex waiting list, there's no guarantees. Like you hear about guys all the time going on a Rolex waiting list, they never heard anything back. So you're being baited with no guarantee. And think about this. They don't want to sell you that watch, but they don't want you to buy from anyone else also. So you could go into the Rolex Authorized Dealer, want to buy a Rolex Steel Sports. They don't want to sell to you, but they don't want you to buy from anyone else. So they put you on a waiting list. Well, you're not going to run out and spend all your money on an Omega or a Audemars Piguet. Once you're on that waiting list, you belong to that authorized dealer. And that's exactly where they want you. So they don't want to sell to you, but they don't want you to go out and buy from anyone else. Really. Now, I think if I had an authorized dealership of a Rolex authorized dealership, I would not bother with waiting lists at all. The watches would go on the shelf when they're supposed to go on the shelf, and whoever buys them, it's their business. And I've done my part by selling them. And that would prevent customers from bugging me about a waiting list as an authorized dealer. It prevent customers from bugging the staff about the waiting list. It prevent customers from being upset and just feel like they've just been ignored. Because I imagine there's a lot of unhappy customers on the waiting list. And it would just prevent a lot of problems, really. Like, customers got their hopes up and they've been let down because they never got a call from the waiting list. And I remember in school, they used to talk about these countries. These countries that were in bad shape. Countries in bad shape, a lot of corruption. And guess what happens in these countries in a lot of corruption and really bad shape? People are lined up for a loaf of bread. People are lined up for a container of milk. People are on waiting lists and lined up for everything. So you really want to be in that situation, lining up and then be on a waiting list for a Rolex? I don't think so. There's all kinds of watches in the world. Buy yourself an Audemars Piguet. Buy yourself a Patek Philippe. There's all kinds of different kinds of watches. If you have all kinds of money, you don't care what you spend, well, buy your Rolex from a gray market dealer. But going on a waiting list, I think a lot of people might even go on that waiting list just as wishful thinking. Go on the waiting list to feel good about themselves, and it's just a big dream. Oh, I'm on the waiting list, but as soon as they call you up, you're not going to go get that watch because you don't even have the money. The authorized dealers can think about that. They don't even have the money. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think?